Intel i5 4770. Oh. Whatever you do, don't buy this. It's not often that you find an ad this bad on a gaming PC, but I thought I'd just have to share this one with you guys so that you guys don't make the mistake of buying it. So I'm just bringing up the Gumtree ad here. I just searched my general search of gaming PC in my local region. So I was scrolling down, there wasn't too many good deals, not too many bad deals, and then I came across this. Budget gaming PC, ideal for online gaming. Just $4.99. Now for $4.99, if I can remember, you should be able to get a GTX 1060 and at least an i5 2nd gen, i5 2400. But let's see what this guy's got in store. Whenever I look at a PC or a ad for a computer part on Gumtree, I always look at the pictures first. So here you can see Gaming PC Advanced. So this is obviously for the advanced gamer. We can see HP small form factor desktop, so you can't really get a very powerful graphics card in there. Maybe a 1050 Ti at most. Small form factor, low profile graphics card. So we do have NVIDIA GeForce GTX, so I'm assuming it'd be a GTX 1050 or a GTX 1050 Ti. And also a Core i5 Intel 4th generation sticker. So see that again, Windows 10 as well. And you can also get a monitor as well, obviously, which is smaller than the actual PC itself. So that's not too promising either. But anyway, let's have a look. Budget gaming PC, ideal for online gaming, just $4.99. With 2 exclamation marks, so it must be good. Cheap gaming PC, HP 8300 i5 small form factor elite PC with 8GB. I'm assuming that's 8GB of RAM for just $4.99. Brand new GT710 graphic card installed. Now, if you have a look at the photo, that's not GTX. So it's already false advertising there. But anyway, let's pass that. They obviously didn't know that. Fast i5 Intel CPU. Hope it's fast. 8GB of RAM, small form. So people might be looking for that small form. The office PCs are a good way to go. This HP Elite gaming PC was $5.99. Now at $5.99, it is just a rip-off, just from the get-go. But let's have a look closer into the ad. Let's keep going through. Let's see what else we can find. If you want a budget gaming PC for under $500, look no further. This will do the job at $4.99. I don't know if do the job is the right description here. I think you can find a much better deal for $499, or build one yourself, which is a much better option. You'll get a lot more performance. So let's go into the specifications. Hewlett-Packard HP 8300 Elite i5 desktop, as I said, not bad. Brand new GT710 graphics card installed, so let's see what that goes for now. $50. $50. So they're only making $449 then. Intel i5 4770. I don't know. i5 47 i7 40 i5 40, and it's not even like a typo, because the 5 and the 7 on your keyboard, there's a number in the middle, and that's a 6. And if you put a 6 there, it'd make it an i5 CPU. Big 8GB of DDR3. Does that mean the RAM's just like big? Big RAM. Yes, big RAM. Is 8GB RAM big? At least 8GB of RAM. 16GB being more future-proof. Now, I knew this already, but for you guys who are new to gaming PCs, or new to PC building, or new to everything here, 8GB of RAM in 2019 is the bare minimum you should have for pretty much any PC, unless you're doing very easy tasks like just looking at YouTube or Google, very light kind of work. but 8 gigabytes of RAM is not big by any means, unless it is literally just big RAM, which I have actually built in a few of these before, and RAM is not big. These HP machines, they like the OEM RAM with no heat sinks, none of that beautiful RGB like I do have in my PC here. But anyway, 8 GB RAM, 1600 megahertz, 1600 megahertz DDR3 for i5 4th generation, 4770. Yeah, that's normal, but big, I don't know about big, and I also don't know 4770. I've never heard of an i5 4770. i5. So next up, the 250 gigabyte hard drive. Obviously 250 gigabyte hard drive is enough, but you'd probably prefer it to be an SSD, and 250 gigabyte hard drives did end manufacturing for these HP machines. They went to 500 gigabyte hard drives at 4th generation actually, if you have a look at the specifications. So this obviously wasn't the original hard drive in here unless it was configured, so you'd save some money. But this would be probably old, slow, you'd want an SSD in there. DVD burner, no one uses that anymore. 10 USB 2.0 and 3.0. USB 3.0, that's good to have. You need USB 3.0, obviously you don't, by the way. So next up we have Windows 10 Professional, preloaded and activated. Preloaded. I've never loaded Windows 10 onto a machine before, but obviously they have a different way of doing it. 3-month hardware warranty, yep, sure. Yes, take another $100 off. Was $599. Now you said that. Don't miss out on this HP 8300 Elite's desktop. Only $349 now. CPU box tower. Oh, so that's without the $50 graphics card. So it's $100 to install a $50 graphics card into a PC, which would take you maximum 20 minutes to set up all the drivers if the GT 710 has any drivers at all. Add a big, once again, I don't know if big 22-inch monitor for only $100. You can buy a brand new, let's have a look here. Let's go to Umart, monitor. 75 Hz, 22-inch monitor, $109, brand new. If you need more, get two 22-inch monitors for $100 each. Now I know a little bit about the price these people pay for a 22-inch monitor, and I know it isn't $99. Easily accessible IT-friendly chassis, I don't know about. It's pretty easy to work in. Changing out parts, changing out the power supply, I've done it a couple times. It is kind of time consuming. You can pop it open without any tools. Solid choice of business, looking to save space without necessarily compromising performance. So now this is for a business, a gaming PC for a business. Now let's have a look at these upgrades for a few of their other PCs that you could buy. Upgrade 4 gigabytes of RAM to 8 gigabytes of RAM, $75. So that's $75 for 4 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM. You can buy an 8 gigabyte stick of DDR4 RAM brand new for how much? $75. So it's obviously a very expensive, it's very hard to install RAM. I know that for a fact. It's really hard. Yeah. Upgrade 8 gigabytes to 16 gigabytes of RAM for $150. So that's plus the 75. So it's now $225 for an extra 12 gigabytes of RAM. So you now have 16 gigabytes of RAM in your system. Now let's see, how much is 16 gigabytes DDR4? You can get DDR4 RAM 16 gigabytes with the heatsinks for $150, brand new. Oh, but the installation's really hard. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. HDD to super fast 120GB SSD for $100. Now that means you no longer have the hard drive, which is not good. And an SSD 120GB. Let's see how much they cost brand new. Oh, $33. So obviously with these SSD upgrades, you do need to factor in the time that it takes for you to transfer the Windows 10 onto the different device, and that can take a little bit of time. maximum probably half an hour because you have to set everything up again, but that's not really a $70 markup. Also get a pre-installed antivirus pack ready to go. Now that's probably just Windows 10 antivirus, which obviously isn't anything expensive because it comes with your Windows 10 license. And these Windows PCs would have been upgraded from Windows 7 from old stock, so there's no license key. It would have come with the hard drive. So really, this isn't a good deal at $499. I don't know if you guys could tell that already. But I also did find another ad from this seller. He also has a Fortnite gaming PC budget price. Great. ... So GeForce GTX 1050. So obviously now we know the graphics card already. It is a GTX card. I love gaming. Yes, we do love gaming. Very nice case, very RGB, very good for gaming. Obviously people don't always love RGB, but this is a full ATX or full micro ATX tower, unlike the small form factor one. Now if we have a look at these pictures, 8GB of RAM. Now that does look like laptop RAM to me, and I know these PCs take full DIMMs, so I don't know about that one. SSD, that means it's probably pre-installed Windows 10. i5 4th generation sticker again. Hopefully this isn't an i5 4770. GTX 1050, so yep. Gigabyte one, that's not too bad. Kingston 240 gig SSD. And there's a black version of the case with the black front. I would much prefer that type, but obviously you get what you get. $5.99. What's the bet there's a price drop? Whoa, there is. Price drop. Yeah. Brand new GTX 1050. How much do they go for now? Gigabyte, $160. So there goes $160 of their profits. So it's basically a $440 PC to them. So they've made $440 because everything else is free, obviously. Now, is it big 8GB of RAM this time? How can you go wrong at just $5.99? Well, you can go wrong. You can go wrong. Because this is probably only worth $400 maximum. It wouldn't have any good power supply, just the OEM one. Obviously, you can't run too much of that. 240GB SSD primary drive. So I'm assuming there's also a hard drive in here. If that's a primary drive, I'm not sure though. Let's have a look. Dell 4th generation quad-core i5 3.1 GHz. So they don't actually tell you what i5 it is. So let's see what this 4th gen quad-core Intel i5 is. So it's an i5 4440, which is the worst i5 you can get for the 4th generation lineup. 3.1 GHz. Brand new GTX 1050, yep, that's fine. Not big 8GB of RAM this time. Can be upgraded to 1625. An extra 8GB RAM is worth $40 AUD maximum. Fast brand new 240GB SSD. Can also include a 500GB hard drive for $50. How much is a brand new 1TB hard drive? $55. $5 more. It's not even hard to put a hard drive in. You put it in, plug in 2 ports, and then it takes you 2 minutes to set it up. I valued 500GB hard drive at $20 because it is probably 2014 one, which is when the CPU was around release, so it's not that old, it's not that slow, but still $20 to $30. DVD burner, USB 3.0. Genuine Windows 10 Pro pre-installed, so yep. 6 months hardware warranty this one has, so it's obviously more reliable than the other one. 6 month full hardware warranty. So let's go back to the first PC here and have another look at this GT710 graphic card installed. So the GT710 isn't obviously in the GTX lineup for NVIDIA graphics card, and it's not a gaming graphics card at all. So if we go GT710 versus, even the GT1030 isn't technically a gaming graphics card, but it can game here in 2019, like at low settings, 1080p. It's still a good option for the budget gamer. So for a $499 PC here, we have a GT710 graphic card, which is obviously not part of the GeForce GTX lineup for for Nvidia. So for a $499 we can build a GTX 1060 PC with an i5 4570. Obviously they have an i5 4770, which is obviously far superior, and big 8GB of RAM. So GTX 1060, let's see how that compares versus the GT 710. Back to GPU user benchmark this time. Oh, 1418% better. That's not a good. Oh, this is. Oh no. This is also a 4-year-old card. Not a graphics card for gaming. Gaming PC Advanced GT. Right. How could you sell this as a gaming PC? So basically guys, what I'm concluding is don't buy this. Like, this is not a gaming PC. It's definitely not an advanced gaming PC. It's, I don't know how sellers like this are getting away with it. Like, obviously they need to make their money. They're not telling you any of the benchmarks, how many FPS it's meant to run. But if you say budget gaming PC with Nvidia GeForce GTX, you should be expecting a lot better value for money here. So basically, just don't buy these. These aren't a good deal. Build it yourself. Buy a different one. So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you want to see more content in the future, just like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Anyway, whatever you do, don't buy this.